Hey, Queen. I'm Viera Miles, and this is the Holistic Sister Circle podcast, a show where we hear the stories of soulful women all over the world dedicated to sharing insight into why holistic health is the future and what women should do today to ensure they have the necessary tools and resources to bring out their inner royal roots, assess their body, and remedy any illness from the comfort of their home. Y'all, we are setting the royal record straight, okay? If you'd like to connect with us further, you can follow us at The Holistic Sister Circle on Instagram and join the Holistic Sister Circle Facebook group for live interviews, collaborative Q&A, and exclusive training on how to build your wellness dream team. Now, let's dive into this week's episode. See you on the other side. Welcome to another episode of the Holistic Sister Circle. Today we have Kateryna with us, and she is a psychologist licensed in Ukraine and Europe, a life coach, psychology instructor, speaker, and advocate for mental health. She has run her practice for nearly 7 years and works with crisis, adversity, and overcoming traumatic experiences. She helps her clients thrive and enjoy their lives. Kateryna, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here.
Hi guys. Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. I'm happy to see you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So, without further ado, I want us to just, before we get into it, can
Yeah.
you share a little bit about who you are beyond the mic? So, if someone was just learning about you for the first time, could you share something with us that maybe isn't on the internet?
Oh my gosh. Uh, Probably I can share. I was thinking about what I would tell about myself, and actually, I'm in business since 2013. So first, I started my first business with my friend, as usually. And then we had family business back in Ukraine with my husband. And then I moved to private practice and coaching and psychology. I got my master's degree in psychology. And, a couple of my personal events led to that. First, when I was 22, I had a tumor in my breast and it completely changed my life. I was like it just makes you think about where you're going and how much life do you have left and what you're going to do. And then when my first son was born, I have three kids, and it also shifted my worldview and what I want to be as mom, as woman, as person, and made me more holistic person and looking at the body and our life as a whole, not just like, oh, here career, here some money, here some health, but everything together. Like, where is my purpose? What I want to do? What I want to achieve in my life?
I love you for sharing that because one of the things that I do know within our circle is we have so many women who, okay, we have quite a few different groups of women, but the one I want to specifically talk about are the ones who are just solely, they're heavily career focused. And, whether you are married or you would love to be married and you would love to have children, I would love for you to just share the transition with that because I know, the person you are when you're not married and you don't have children is a completely different person than you are with children and with a spouse. So I would love for you to share how was that transition for you and what was your biggest takeaway that you could share with us that we could, just use and leverage if we are headed in that direction and we are at a crossroads.
In my practice, I often work with women who want relationships, but they can't have them because of different reasons. Or maybe, like they come this problem in their like physical health, and we're trying to solve this problem, and they have businesses or great career and relationships. People are always seeking for something that they're missing. So it's completely normal that sometimes we don't have this and we're trying to achieve this, we don't have that, and we are looking for that. But uh, personally, about me, I think I just at some point of my life, I decided that you don't have to choose. Like you shouldn't be in this point where you deciding, do I want relation or career? Do I want children or I don't know, maybe business? You can have everything. It's just your mindset and how you look at yourself and what you want to achieve in your life, because I had a lot of adversities in my childhood. And as you know, maybe you heard adverse childhood experiences. Like 80% of people had at least one or up to four of them in their life. So a lot, we experience very bad situations in our life, but be able to overcome them and be resilient and be able to make more in our life, just be happy and do something great about these experiences. And even my transition to the United States, like I was an entrepreneur and then I went here because of war in Ukraine, and I had to start all over. And I have three kids, and I have nothing, all my social connections, on my business, everything left in Ukraine. So it just, it was really hard. But then you just step by step, you're working every day, you're waking up and try and try and try. And now I feel like more stable with all my projects and what I achieved in last 3 years, and it just feels so good. And then my kids are growing up and I can enjoy them and my husband, and it's just such a nice feeling, to have everything, not to choose.
And I'm so grateful that we're talking about this because even for me, for a very long time, I always felt like I had to choose. I grew up with the mindset, and a lot of it was how I was raised, but I was raised that I needed to make sure that I had my own before having any children. I needed to make sure that I could, financially take care of
Mhm.
myself. And the thing is you just don't know what life is going to throw at you. And there could be times where you were up and up and up, and there's also times where you were down, down, down. And if
Exactly.
you are
Mhm.
literally fixated so much on where you are at that moment, you'll never actually get to where you want to go because it's literally like a golf pole, golf post here,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
it continues to move because you're still not where you need to be to have that one thing.
Exactly.
And that's how I felt. So I would literally turn down everything that was from a family perspective because I
Mhm.
felt like just wasn't ready or I wasn't prepared or I didn't have enough.
Mhm.
And, for us, it was like, um, Quentin, he had to bring me to reality and just say, like, you can have it all. You don't have to choose. And, now I'm like, "Oh, okay. All right, this feels a little bit weird, but I'm going to work at it and I'm going to get better with it." And I think at the end of the day, that's what really matters. Like, are you working towards your goals and are you working toward them in a way where you are putting yourself in a position to just be all that you can for yourself first, but then have that and express it in a way where you can solve problems and focus on solutions for your family. So I love that you shared that because, like I said, there's so many women that deal with that as well.
Mhm. And it's important to think about, our limitations and how we limit ourselves. And where did it come from? As you said, from family, maybe from previous experiences. And it's not always true anymore. Like in the past, when we didn't have resources or we didn't have experience or we didn't have knowledge, it was everything what we saw, like our parents, it was all our world. But now we are in charge and we can decide what to do next. Am I a predator or am I a prey? And this is
Ooh.
interesting, like, do I give up and just wait and hide and always in fear, or I'm trying just to get what I want, or I decide where I go. It just
Yes,
was,
I
I
love
was
that.
very unique. Hmm.
I love that. Am I a predator or am I the prey? Okay, I love that. Now, I do obviously want to acknowledge one. Thank you for sharing about your tumor. Can you share with us too how, again, even the experience that you have with your tumor, how it affected your mindset at that time and how it also affected the way that you showed up for your family?
I was very young at that time, and it was so I was ashamed actually. I didn't want to share with anyone, and I put myself in such position where I didn't get any support, and just few of my friends knew about this situation. And I was in my best, like nothing happened, I just disappeared for a couple months from life, from university, and then I came back like nothing happened. And at that point it was like the best decision that I could make. But now when I reflect on that, I think I could get more support, and I shouldn't stay by myself. And I just separated myself because I even didn't expect that people would support me. Or another thing that I didn't know how to deal with my emotions and what to do with myself. So when they would just empathize me or support me, I just felt so weak and vulnerable that I couldn't just be with that. So it's very important to just recognize our feelings, and not to think that when we are vulnerable or weak, what we call, that it's bad thing. It's just reality. Sometimes all of us are weak. We can be in situations that not always depend from us. It's just such circumstances, and you have to be able to take this help and to be there in your feelings and just deal with it. And it what would help. And actually, when probably that experience has helped me right now with transition to the United States, because when we came, a lot of people tried to help us, and like, oh my gosh, I have to take it in. How do I do that? I always did it by myself. I was that person who helped others. I never was in position someone else helping me, and it was hard. But it's such powerful experience when you just let yourself be in different situations and with different feelings.
Yeah, and one of the things that I wanted to ask you too, I know you talked a lot just about that vulnerability and being open for help and controlling your emotions. I mean, I can relate to that too. There are times where I am literally emotionally all over the place. and,
Yeah.
wanting to make sure that I'm not allowing my emotions to control me. But one of the things that you did hit on a lot was like allowing yourself to be vulnerable and allowing yourself to open up. And based on the work that you do, what have you found to be more of a common denominator with some of the clients that you've helped too of not being able to be vulnerable, and where do you feel like that really has stemmed from? Obviously, I know everyone's story is a little bit different, but there are some commonalities of why that might be the case.
When I'm working with a client, I'm focusing on three things like mindset, emotional world, and physical body. So, like physical sensations, each thought or emotion has place in our body. And you always, when you have tight or you have stressed, you are stressed, you can feel the stress in your body, right? And you can follow your thought like, oh, everything is bad. I'm awful professional. I failed. But when you stop this thinking and change it, okay, it was a mistake. I can do better. I will try. I do my best. Like you feel such like maybe calmness, or you are feeling relief, and your body became more relaxed, right? So that's the point where I start with all my clients, because they have different reasons why they do it that way. All our reactions, emotional reactions. Like sometimes when in relationships, especially when one partner feels vulnerable, he might think that other partner attacks him. So he doesn't hear that, can you wash your plate, please? He doesn't hear simple ask, right? It's like, she attacks me. She doesn't like, she thinks I'm bad. No, it's just a natural reaction because this person had negative experience in the past, right? And it's like coping mechanism how to protect themselves, and we should understand that. And our reactions, they are normal. For example, if it's some emotional situation. I don't know. Maybe your kid is sick. Of course, you are emotional. You are worried. You are anxious, and you are. It helps you to take your kid to the doctor and just to make checkup or decide what to do next, or take care of kid, right? Or maybe cancel your plans. It's natural reaction, and it's important to have this reaction. But then, when you are overreacting, like because of small situation, it's important to just reflect on yourself. What happened? Why am I overreacting? Maybe I'm tired. Maybe I have some deeper conflicts with these people. Maybe something going on with me. Why it catches my attention? Why I'm reacting in this way. So all this reflection help just to look at yourself and just choose your reaction. And it's like my principle of life and what I'm teaching my clients and what we are talking and working on. And it's really helpful, when I'm not a reaction anymore, but I can choose. I can observe situation. I can make my decision. What do I want to do now?
Yeah. And, you know, obviously, ladies, we know it's easier said than done,
Yeah.
especially when you're going through the moment. It's what am I going through right now?
Yeah.
What are some practical steps that you can give someone who is just really emotionally immature, especially around relationships, like
Oh,
relationally immature, right? Um, they've, and again, I can relate to this as well because, my sibling, I'm 5 years older. We
mhm,
have different groups of friends. So we weren't like very close in age.
mhm,
And everything that I did through life, up until that point was on my own, on my terms, what I felt like I needed to do, right? So now you're welcoming someone else into your world and they're welcoming you into their world. And there will be times where there will be conflict and there will be times where, the emotions will be heightened.
mhm,
But the one who can stay neutral, the one who can see both perspectives, the one who can, take accountability, that's the one that typically understands the ebb and flows of life and they continue to move forward. Where the other person typically stays stuck. And I've been in that situation where, we've had conversations. Maybe I didn't like the way that something was being said, or vice versa, and I'm thinking I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do, but my partner's not receiving it in the way that I would have wanted him to, right? So now my emotions are heightened and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, da, 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 da." So what would you say some practical steps would be for someone who may be experiencing that conflict, maybe they're conflict avoidant, which is something I'm desperately working on now. They're conflict avoidant. And when conflict does arise, which we know that it will in family all the time,
mhm.
what are some practical steps that you can share with us that maybe you do with yourself, your family, your clients,
Yeah.
that we can take on this gift as well?
Oh, actually, I have a great one. Like in any emotional situation or in a conflict situation, just you have like, okay, stop situation. Like take a deep breath, breathe out, and start observing. Like no talking, no reacting, no yelling. Just okay, what is the situation? I let's do you want me to give you example or like
Yeah,
just give a step? Okay,
yeah,
for
let's do it.
example. Um, I was waiting for my husband and made a dinner, right? And I was happy to see him. But he opened the door and loudly said, "Why you didn't clean kitchen?" And here I can choose how do I react, right? I'm happy to see you. I made a dinner. Let's go and eat together. Or why are you talking like that with me, right? And we can go to the conflict. And
Right,
here is the point, like sometimes from the very beginning, it's hard to choose what's going on. Maybe something happened with him on the way from work to home, right? Maybe he had some bad experiences or situations, and he already came like very agitated and emotional. And it was not about me, but I would take it personally. I was working for you. I made the special dinner, and you, ungrateful, right? So it's very easy to go this track.
right.
But when we we are aware of our reactions and our thoughts, we can take a deep breath. Okay, I don't have to react right now. It's not about me. What is hidden? What's going on with me? Oh, I'm getting mad. I feel like my hands I'm getting ready to punch on my stomach, right? Like something going on in my chest. What is the emotion? Oh, I'm angry, I'm scared, he doesn't love me anymore, and when you go deeper, and okay, what is my need? What did I want from the very, I wanted like love, I wanted attention, I wanted this calm dinner, nice time, but now I have, what do I have? I have angry, maybe hungry husband who doesn't talk this way but how I expected, right? So my need and what I observe, they are not matching. That's why I'm not happy. And what is happiness? When our needs are met, and maybe then they met unexpectedly, and then I'm very happy, like, oh, something happened really cool, right? Because I wanted this. Doesn't matter, did I know that I wanted or I did not know. But if it happened with me, I'm happy. If something doesn't go my way, I'm unhappy, right? So it's a simple step. Just after situation, if you had a conflict, just sit down and think about, okay, what was the situation? Like, like on camera, just look, okay, he came in, he said this, I said this, then he said this, and I said this. Okay, you describe the situation. What my emotions, what my thoughts, what did you think about yourself, about him, or about the situation, right? Next, what I felt in my body and what are my needs. Like I wanted love, I wanted comfort, I wanted support, blah blah blah. And the last step, what I want to do in this situation or next time, what will be my reaction? And it will help you even afterwards if you will go through this step. And then, when you're practicing, you will be able to do it really fast and in situation, not react, but choose your like point and reaction. And you can do it the same for your partner or maybe for your boss, like, okay, what did he want in this or she wanted in this situation? What they wanted? Oh, they wanted me to do my job and I didn't do. Oh, okay, maybe I should try better, like, so sometimes when you just honest with yourself, you can open then, oh, okay, I can do better here and here, and then maybe situation will not happen next time. So it's not about making other person responsible, but take responsibility, what you said, to
Right.
be accountable for your life and for changes in your life. And when you are sure about your needs and your emotions, you can just say to other person, you can't speak like that with me. It's not okay. I know you are tired, I know you are upset, but it's not okay for me. Please, let's do this and this. And another thing, violent communication. Do you know about that? When
No, tell me
I
about it.
messages, it's like when I feel very lonely when you don't talk with me after work. I would love talk with you for 5 minutes. It's not like something you make me feel lonely. I feel bad because of you, right? It's totally
Right.
completely different thing. And you can Google, or people who are listening to us. It's just amazing. It's so simple. I messages. I feel, I want, and then other person also has the right to say the same, and I feel very tired and I want 5 minutes of rest after I came home, right? So, and here we are respectful to each other. We can hear each, okay, I hear you, you are tired, can you rest first and then talk with me? And we found
Right.
ways together, but I have to be open and listen to other, and it will open just new world to us.
And I love that you mentioned that too, because we can get so caught up in our emotions that we put the blame on other people and we don't take that accountability. So I think, within both scenarios that you recommended, it's still going back to holding yourself accountable first and then moving forward. So I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Now, if anyone wanted to just connect with you further, learn these processes more, perhaps work with you, what does that process look like?
Okay, you can just find me on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn and just shoot me a DM, shoot me a message, and we will connect and work. I have some free PDFs on working with yourself, and I would be gladly to share with you, or maybe I can share it with you, and we will share with people who are interested.
Yeah, absolutely. I can put it in the description notes of the
Okay,
episode as well. Yeah, that would be awesome. Awesome,
yeah.
awesome. Well, thank you so much for your presence. We
Mhm.
definitely are super grateful that you were with us this evening, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Queen, thank you so much for tuning in. It truly warms our heart that you're taking the time out of your day to connect with us. If you'd like to connect with our guests further, you can find their information located in the description section of this episode. And if you found this episode helpful, share with another queen. And don't forget to connect with the Holistic Sister Circle on Instagram and Facebook. And until next week, stay blessed. Mwah.